What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Legacy, and today we're going to do the top 15 counters for Yveltal Raids in Pokemon Go. Now I'm doing 15 instead of, normally I do 10 every time we get a new raid boss. But since Yveltal has 4 types that it's weak against, Rock, Electric, Ice, and what was the other one that it's weak in? Fairy. It's weak to 4, so that's why I wanted to do 15 instead of 10 so you could use different, whatever Pokemon you guys want to use. Plus there's also... it has 4 different movesets. It has Dark Pulse, Hyper Beam, Focus Blast. No, Dark Pulse, Hyper Beam, Focus Blast, Hurricane. I think it has Psychic too. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, Psychic. So that's 5 movesets. So yeah, in certain situations, some Pokemon are going to be better than others. So yeah, Yveltal. And the Shiny is coming out for the first time as well. Look at this is my Hundo not Yveltal. I named it Baconator because everyone calls it Bacon Bird. And the Shiny looks beautiful. I've never seen it before, and I just was looking at it today, and I'm like, oh yeah, this thing is great. So yeah, I already have 335 XLs, but I'm gonna keep rating it. Just maybe I'll max out a few more. I only have 1 at level 50 right now, so okay. Let's start off with number 15. Ryko. So yeah, most of the Pokemon in the top 50. This is why I did 50 because if I had done top 10, it would have been mostly Electric. Electric is gonna be the best type to use in most situations. Some situations, some of the other types will do better, but yeah, Ryko makes it here at 15. And I think I've said this in so many videos. We need Ryko to come back. I want level 50 Ryko. Niantic, bring back Ryko and Entei soon, please. Okay. Now the moveset you're gonna want on Ryko is Thunder Shock, Wild Charge. Ryko against the movesets. The only thing it's gonna resist, it's gonna do really well against Hurricane. Everything else is gonna be neutral damage. So, but still. Ryko, obviously the Shadow version is going to show up here later because, you know, Shadows are just busted, but yeah, Shadow, not Shadow Ryko. Normal Ryko barely makes it in the top 15. Number 14 is Ryperior with what? Smackdown and Rock Wrecker. Now, Ryperior is going to be good against Hurricane. The Rock typing resists flying, so it's going to do really well there. Actually, yeah, I think that's it. Oh, the problem with this is why you kind of don't want to use rock types, because it's going to get hit hard by Focus Blast. That's the only problem with Ryperior, but all the other movesets will be neutral damage, so it'll do well there. Alright, now, number 13 is, Shadow Tyranitar. Now, I gave Tyranitar the slight edge over Ryperior. It was pretty close, but Shadow Tyranitar being a rock type is going to resist the flying, the Hurricane move, but since it's a dark type, it's going to double resist Psychic, so Shadow T-Tar is going to do really, really well against Psychic, and it's going to resist Dark Pulse as well. Dark resists Dark. The only issue is Focus Blast, T-Tar is going to be double weak, so yeah. As long as you don't go up against Focus Blast, T-Tar do really well, especially if you got also, you got to remember, if you get certain weather, like if you get partly cloudy, you're going to want to use Rock. If you get rain, which rain is pretty rare sometimes. I can't remember the last time I had rainy weather. And then if you get cloudy, you want to use your fairies. Sometimes I think in cloudies, the electrics might still do better than the fairies. Maybe Shadow Gardevoir will do pretty well in cloudy, but outside of that, no. And then ice if you get snow, which I don't get snow. I've had sunny weather here all day, every day. Okay, now that was what, 15, 14, 13. Yeah, that's number 13. Shadow T-Tar. Number 12, another Shadow, which is Mamo Swine with... you want Avalanche and Powder Snow. This one doesn't have Powder Snow. Maybe I should TM. I don't think I'm going to use Shadow Mamo at all. But unless I happen to get snow in October in Texas, which is impossible. Okay, so Shadow Mamo, Powder Snow, Avalanche. Now, Shadow Mamo, I think is going to be neutral. All the moves are neutral except it's going to get hurt by Focus Blast due to the Ice typing. So yeah, Shadow Mamo, like I said, I'm not going to use it. I have a level 50 Shadow right here, but I'm not going to use it. It's okay. It does more damage than like T-Tar, Ryperior, and Ryko, but there's just better Pokemon. Like I said, the Electrics are just kings here. Now this Pokemon, I don't think I have one. I haven't powered one up. Is Luxray? Do I even have a? Yeah, I don't even have a baby form of it. If you happen to have one, a Shadow Luxray, I don't have one. The thing about Luxray is it's electric type. Yeah, it's not a dark. For some reason, I thought it was a dark type because people use it as a lot of times for this dark move. But yeah, it's a pure electric type. So it's gonna resist Psychic, and then everything else is gonna be neutral. So yeah, Luxray is just one of the top Shadow Electrics. I think it's only up here because of the Shadow boost. Yeah, the moveset on this one you're gonna want definitely Spark and Wild Charge. I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure you're gonna want Spark, Wild Charge. Yeah, Spark, Wild Charge, Alright, that was number, what, 15, 14, 13, 12. No, Ryko was 15, Ryperior was 14th, T-Tar was 13, Mamo was 12, Luxray was 11. So this one is, let's go to number 10, which is another Shadow, this time Gardevoir. I need to max my Gardevoir to level 50. I have the XLs now, maybe I should max it out. I'm probably not going to use it unless I get cloudy weather. But Shadow Gardevoir with Charm and Dazzling Gleam is going to do really well. Since it's Psychic and Fairy, what is that? Double resist Focus Blast? I think it's double resist. Could be triple, but I'm pretty sure it's only double. Hurricane is going to be neutral. Psychic, Shadow Gardevoir will resist Psychic. Hyper Beam will be neutral. And then Dark Pulse will also be neutral. So yeah, Shadow Gardevoir is going to do pretty well, especially against Cloudy. And if you go up against Psychic or Focus Blast, Shadow Gardevoir do really well. So that's number 10. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's number 10. Now let's go to number 9. I think the rest of the Pokemon are all electric, except one. Yeah, this is why I did 15, because now the top 10 are all electric except one. All right, let's go to number 10. Is another Shadow and Magnezone. I actually have one at level 50. This is one of my best Shadows, I think. Attack's low, but still, this would be a purified Hundo, but purifying is illegal, so yeah, I'm gonna stick with that. And you want Spark Wild Charge on your Shadow Magnezone. Now, Magnezone is what, neutral against Dark Pulse. Does Steel resist normal moves? I don't remember. I think it does. See, some of these typings I don't remember. Like, does Steel resist normal? I think it does. Let's double check, because I don't want to give out wrong information and people kill me in the comments. But I think it does resist normal. Steel resists so much. That's why Heatran's so good, because the Steel and Fire typing. Steel is one of the best typings in my opinion. Let's see. Resist. Yeah, it does resist normal. That's what I thought. I was right. Yeah, so it's going to resist Hyper Beam. It's going to resist Hurricane. It's going to resist Psychic due to the Steel typing. Yeah, it's going to resist here. Psychic, normal. Oh, I think it doesn't resist Flying. I thought it... Oh, no, it double resists Flying. Oh, yeah, Magnezone. Shadow Magnezone is going to do really good. I forgot, because the Steel and the Electric both resist Flying. So, yeah, the only issue is Dark Pulse will be neutral, but then Focus Blast is going to hurt Shadow Magnezone. But outside of that, Shadow Magnezone is going to do great. If you have a full team of level 50, yeah, it's going to be really good against... if you go up against like a Hurricane Yveltal, that's when Shadow Magnezone is going to shine. Alright, now let's go. That was 10, 9. That was number 9. Let's go to number 8. This was 8 and 7 were tricky. I think you could go either way, but I went with Thundurus Therian form at number 8. So what is this typing? It's Electric Flying. So yeah, Dark Pulse. The boot moveset on this is Volt Switch, Thunderbolt. So Dark Pulse neutral, Hyper Beam neutral, Psychic neutral, Hurricane is going to be what, single resistance due to the electric typing, and then he's going to single resist Focus Blast. So yeah, Thunder is going to shine against Focus Blast thanks to the flying typing. Yeah, that's number 10, 9, 8. All right, let's go to number 7. Number 7 is Zekrom. I couldn't really decide which one to go with here between Zekrom and Thundurus. You could go either way. Charge Beam, Wild Charge on your Zekrom, and Zekrom, Dark Pulse, Hyper Beam, Focus Blast, Psychic are all neutral. It's going to single resist Hurricane, but I think Zekrom, it just slightly does a little better than Thundurus. That's why I put it ahead of it. But like I said, it was really close. That's what, 10, 9, 8, 7. Let's go to number 6 on the list is Shadow Electivire. Where's my Shadow Electivire? I have a level 50 Shadow one here. Yep. Thunder Shock, Wild Charge for Shadow Electivire. Shadow Electivire is the same thing. It doesn't resist Focus Blast like Thundurus Therian or Zekrom, but just it being like Electivire is just a good electric, plus giving it the Shadow boost. Like if Zekrom and Thundurus Therian had Shadows, they would surpass Shadow Electivire, but since they don't, Shadow Electivire just does a little bit more damage. None of the moves are super effective. Everything's neutral except it's going to shine against Hurricane. But yeah, Shadow Electivire. What number is it? The other Pokemon are just slightly better. Like, you could argue Shadow Electivire is the top electric in some situations. Like, I'm pretty sure against Hurricane it might be the top counter. But the other Pokemon are just slightly better. All right, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Now let's go to number 5. Now this one, I could have arguably put... I need to power up this Aerodactyl. I got an XL, I didn't even know. Here, let's give it a boost. Oh, what? I'm lagging. I'll power it up later. Okay, so now we'll go with Mega Aerodactyl. Now, like I said, Mega Aerodactyl, I think the flying type really saves Mega Aerodactyl here. Now, the issue, I think most people are going to go in with electric types unless they have Partly Cloudy. So I think that's why I kind of put it above Electivire. But Hyper Beam, neutral. Dark Pulse, neutral. Psychic, neutral. Hurricane is what? It's going to resist Hurricane because of the rock typing. So it's going to do really well there. And then Focus Blast, since it's part flying and rock, it's going to be neutral damage. So yeah, Mega Aerodactyl. The Mega Boost is what puts it over Shadow Electivire, but it's close, for sure. Alright, so that was number, what, 5? Yeah, we have 4 more. Now these 4 were close. Honestly, the top 6 were pretty close, also including Shadow Electivire. Next up is another Shadow Zapdos. Now, the reason why I put Shadow Zapdos above even Mega... I was kind of debating between Mega Aerodactyl and Shadow Zapdos, but Shadow Zapdos, being electric, is going to resist Hurricane, and then, since it's not Rock type, it's going to resist Focus Blast as well. Plus, it's very good. Now, the moveset... Did we talk about the moveset on Aerodactyl? No, we didn't. Let me go back. The moveset on Mega Aerodactyl, what is it? What's the moveset on Mega Aerodactyl? Rock Throw, Rock Slide, and then... I'm pretty sure I have all the right movesets on these Pokemon most of the time. Yeah, Thunder Shock, Thunderbolt on Zapdos, Shadow Zapdos. So yeah, what is that, number 4? Yeah, Shadow Zapdos is just the Focus Blast is going to shine for sure, and Hurricane. But I think in some situations that Shadow Electivire might be better. It was really close. Definitely close. Alright, now let's go to number 3 on the list. Yeah, these were all close. This Pokemon, I don't have one powered up yet, which is Circuitry. What's the best one I have? I should have rated this thing more. I couldn't really get that many. Yeah, I regret not rating. This thing needs to come back. Niantic, bring back this Circuitry. Now, Circuitry's pretty glassy, but it hits like a truck. That's why it's such a good Pokemon. Now, I don't even know what the best moveset for Circuitry is. What's the top moveset for Circuitry? You want Thunder Shock and Discharge. Let me TM this thing to Discharge. Not Thunder. Where is Discharge? It's basically already a Shadow Pokemon. It's so glassy. It's like tanky. It's like glassier than like Shadow Ryko and Shadow Zapdos. Where's my Discharge? Yeah, I'm not gonna... No, not Elite Fast TM. Where's my Discharge? I'm gonna have to use an Elite Charge TM. It looks like I'm not gonna get it. This is the problem with Charge TMs. Oh, there we go. Took a while, but... Yeah, so this thing's a pure electric type, so it's only gonna resist Hurricane. Everything else is gonna be neutral. So, but I think the other, what is this, number 3? Oh, you'll see why the other 2 Pokemon were slightly better. Let's go with number 2 is, welcome back, Shadow Ryko is number 2. Shadow Ryko is just slightly better than Circuitry. It's a pure electric, so it's going to do the same thing as Circuitry, where it's going to resist Hurricane and then be neutral to everyone else. It's like, in some situations, like Circuitry... I think Circuitry just actually is glassier than Ryko. Barely, but Ryko is going to outshine it in some situations. Like, you could go either way. They're both pretty good. In some scenarios, Ryko's better. In some scenarios, Circuitry's better. But I think Ryko's going to perform slightly better because it's just a little tankier. So that's why I gave it the slight edge. And yeah, on Thundershock, what do you want? Thundershock Wild Charge on Ryko. So number 1, probably no surprise here, a Mega Pokemon, Mega Manectric. Now, when it comes to Faint, it's going to be pretty close between Manectric and like Ryko and stuff, but the Mega Boost, it's like the DPS is like pretty close. Like some situations, Circuitry's the top one, some situations, Shadow Ryko's the top, but the Mega Boost makes number 1, and everyone's going to be using Electrics when they're going up against... what's the name? Yveltal. So yeah, that's it. Number 1. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm looking forward to rating Yveltal. I did rate a bunch of Yveltals last time it was here because I was hunting down the hundo. You saw I maxed out 1 in 50 and I still have 300 XLs. It took me like 150 raids to get that hundo Yveltal. I think it was like 160. Now this time I'm only going to be hunting down the shiny because it's a beautiful shiny. Maybe I could finally get my first Shundo. Speaking of Shundo, I reached 10,000 legendary raids the other day, and I've still not seen a Shundo legendary from a raid. I did get one from a trade, but from a lucky trade. I've never seen it shunned us. So maybe Yveltal will finally break that streak. Anyways, like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you're new here, please consider subscribing, and I'll see all of you next time. Bye.